Alright, and here we go. Welcome to my Let's Play / gameplay of Assassin's Creed 3.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up.
And I'll try to be quiet during these cutscenes so that you all can hear what's happening.
But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
Alright, so that was just the opening cutscene, basically a recap of all the other games in case you haven't played them. But if you're at all interested in Assassin's Creed, I sure hope to hell that you'd know what's happening in all the other games so you don't just jump into this and be like, what the fuck is happening? Because it is kind of all a bit much to take in if this would be your first Assassin's Creed game. And this does take place right after the last one of Revelations. They're still traveling in their van.
We're here.
That's his dad that just walked out. Desmond Miles is getting out right now. Desmond's who you've played as in all of the Assassin's Creed games.
Let's go.
And now we're just going to take a beautiful walk inside the cave. 'Cause caves are lovely.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Also, another thing I've realized is that there, Shane, I believe his name is, or Sean, excuse me, I think it's Sean. Anyways, he just quoted Alice in Wonderland, which is kind of funny because Ubisoft's other big game this year, Far Cry 3, also starts off with a quote from Alice in Wonderland. So I just find that interesting that they're using their quotes to start off both of their big projects this year.
I think we're here.
Alright, first things first before the game, I know anyone who's watching this thinks it's weird, but I do like my controls inverted. I'm also adjusting the volume and all that crap. And if you think it's weird that I like my controls inverted, well, that's just the way it is. And as you can see, you can do some pretty funky stuff with the screen. I have no idea what the hell that would do for you, having two screens side by side or up and down or whatever, if it's just showing you, but whatever. So anyways, we always love to touch things before we know what they do. Isn't that how anything works? Ooh, something shiny, I'm just gonna pick it up. And does it go here? Let's see what it does. How it lights up the cave, isn't that beautiful? Some giant doorway shieldy thingy.
The key. You must find the key.
Son? Sir.
Oh shit. That's not my dad.
Here we go again.
And what's happening right now is because he spent so much time in the
Yes,
Animus,
ma'am?
when he comes out,
You
real
hear
world
us?
and the Animus world gets confused.
Yeah.
So it triggered a bleeding
What
effect
happened?
where
The
literally
temple
he could
triggered
die.
a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, Desmond.
And then also, in case any of you who are watching this video think that Desmond's dad's voice sounds familiar,
I'd like to run a couple
well,
of quick
if you
tests,
played
make
Quantum
sure there aren't any
Conundrum,
major issues.
the downloadable arcade game puzzler
What do you need me to do?
made
We'll
by
start
some of the
simple.
people
Walk to
who
the
helped
marker
make
over there.
Portal, he also voices the head scientist, Professor Quadrangler, or whatever the hell his name is, who's your uncle or whatever, in that game. I looked it up on IMDb the other day, so it's kind of an interesting fact.
Okay, Desmond, let's practice climbing on these objects.
As you can see, we have a very standard tutorial. Nice thing is that you can just hold right trigger to literally do whatever you want. You keep climbing walls, you do it quickly, you're very efficient.
Free run your way through this little obstacle course.
Very nice tutorial to get you back in the Assassin's Creed mood. And if you're new to the series, well, you'll slowly get used to doing these controls.
That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond, follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars.
Right, so there, air assassination. And air assassination fail.
All you have to do here is jump the gap.
But even though I assassinated him, it still counted somehow. I think you can't really fail the tutorial level for full synchronization because that'd be very embarrassing. Because I'm pretty sure the only way to replay the tutorial level would be to actually just start a new game. And you never get the achievement for like 100% synchronization, assuming there is one for that, which I assume there is. There always has been. But I really like the tutorial level because it's kind of cool how like the world's coming together slowly around you. So Animus is trying to figure out where in time you're going.
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Because Juno, the ancient being that came before us, and whose population got wiped out by their version of the end of the world, well, she's guiding you, and this is her way of guiding you. Go into the Animus. Again.
Sir? Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
And welcome to the Opera House. Well, today we will be sitting through a play in proper
Ladies and
England.
gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
And whenever the new Animus details pop out about the different historical buildings in the game, I will be going to the article and reading about them. And if you need longer to read about them, well, you can pause the video. Otherwise, I don't think I read too terribly fast, so maybe you'll be able to read along. Or if you don't fancy reading, just skip ahead a little bit and continue watching. Or you can post a comment suggesting that I don't include these in the video because I could edit this part out. I really want to make something that's enjoyable to you, the viewer. As you can see here, it's pretty impressive. Ubisoft's Anvil Next engine. There's all these people, some of them walking around, bunch of people in their seats. I know before the game came out, they were boasting that they could have up to 1,000 NPCs on screen at once. Which just seems crazy. Especially how outdated the 360 is, and seeing as how the next Xbox will soon be coming out.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine. A lawyer is an honest employment. So
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. We'll need to find another way up.
I already have.
Since we live by
I'd best not tarry
Sir,
here.
Black Mall had set word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters.
It's always good business to be killing somebody at the opera.
1,000 pardons. So sorry.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog. When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book him. For Tom Gag.
Screw ladders, ladders are for pussies.
Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation, so I can get more of my staying in.
The only thing that bugs me about this part is you're literally climbing on the wall. Is the opera really that exciting that everyone in their seats below are just intently watching the opera? Because, I mean, really? There's a guy climbing on the walls. People don't climb on walls. Wouldn't one person in the opera be like, "Look, Mommy, why is that man climbing on the wall? Gods, get him." Nope, nothing. Everyone's like, this place so goddamn interesting.
Was to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thine observation is right. We in the surgeons are more beholden to you than all the professions listen.
Tis woman that seduces.
And in this game they've added lock picking. We get to do a little something to actually pick the lock. You just rotate the left stick until you find the sweet spot, and then rotate the right stick until you find the sweet spot. And then you just tap the right trigger to break the lock. Well, I guess you don't really break the lock, you're picking it, but still. Door opens, voila.
I've got a bit of stage fright.
Don't you courage up with a bloom in your cheek?
And now you can read about the Baker's Opera. But anyways, I really like the idea when you're climbing around backstage that the different stage props that you went on actually like moved. I hope that that's in some of the later missions once we get to colonial America. So that's kind of cool that like things that you jump on in the environment can move while you're climbing on it. It's a little bit cooler than just, oh look, another wall. Look at me, climb the building, on top of the building. It's cool. I've only climbed 1,000 other buildings before. So, adds a little variety.
Jeremy's really burning upwards tonight is a marvel.
And we've snucked. Can't even talk. But we successfully sneaked around the back to get to our target.
Haytham. You should have come to me.
Hey, sexy.
We would have found another way.
You shouldn't have come to me. No one can find out about our bromance.
Yes. But then you would have known.
Yes, but then they would have known anyways.
For what it's worth.
Backwards logic.
I'm sorry.
For what it's worth. I love you. Oh god. See, bromances were frowned upon back in the 1800s. Now that poor little boy is going to be traumatized for life. Ladies? Bitches love the guy I just killed.
Hurry! Over there! That's the one that's that man there! A man seize him! In the upper balcony.
Oh my!
I beg your pardon. No pushing. The corridor is blocked. Patience, please. Let us through.
Order! There is no danger!
Yeah, so it's really neat because no one knows like what the hell is happening.
Peace, friends. There is no danger.
And now when you look down there, all the people that were in their seats are all clamored among themselves, talking amongst each other, trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
It happened right in that balcony.
What are those men doing in there?
I mean, it's just really cool because like all the people on screen are all reacting. And, like different people are screaming out different things and stuff.
Move! Move! Imbecile!
I know, I really love these guys. You're supposed to push people out of your way, and they push you out of their way. So you're the one getting shoved. Oh god, you guys are bullies. I'm the assassin here. I'm supposed to be shoving you out of my way. And really, if there was a murder in the Opera House, wouldn't the first thing you do is lock down the front door? But apparently not.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key, and if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge, perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen.
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just
And why
myself.
does Master Kenway have to be the bitch?
Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
And now we're on our magic ship on the ocean, starting our forever journey to the colonies. Dear Diary, Day 2. The ship is boring as hell.
Some fresh air might do me good.
Going to go for a walk. I'm on the Providence. Nice slice of Historias.
Good morning, Doctor.
Time to visit with all the people on the ship.
A question, if I may. Do you serve aboard the ship, or are you simply taking passage?
A bit of both, actually. I've been commissioned by the Royal Navy to study maritime illness. I'll be observing the crew during the journey. We have found that sailors fare far better on the open seas than the rest of us. I hope to discover why that is.
Well, I hope you are successful in your endeavors.
As do I. Thank you for the kind words.
Good day to you, Doctor.
A moment to talk?
Ah, a fellow Londoner. Good to see I'm not the only man of means aboard. Rupert Martin, pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway. Pleasure.
Seems we picked an excellent time to leave the city.
Oh?
You didn't hear about the murder at the Opera House?
No. What happened?
They're still trying to sort it all out. And I suspect they'll be at it for a good long while.
Any word on the motive?
They've ruled out robbery, so perhaps it was a business arrangement gone sour. Or something more personal, more lurid. Who knows? But I am glad to be away from it. The city grows more dangerous by the day.
Ah, time to sit down and play one of the games you can play. Everybody loves minigames, right? Right? Alright, some minigames in games are just frickin' terrible. But this game's not too bad. Plus later, I think you can gamble money on these games. So if you're short for cash or whatever, you can make more money. Because everybody loves money. But anyways, when the game gets going, there are white pieces, which are the enemies right now, and there are black pieces, which are my pieces. And wherever you move a piece to, depending on what angle you come from, you're going to take all of the enemy pieces in that row. So when I moved it back away from that row of pieces, I took that row of pieces, and then you can keep moving as long as there's a valid move. So when I move forward, I took his one piece, and you take every consecutive piece that's in line. And you win the game by taking all of the enemy's pieces off the board. And as you can see, the game does help you by telling you which pieces can make a move. And then I also found out right there that wherever your piece moves, you can't move back to a spot your piece has already been. So I thought I could kind of do like a circle thing to get all his pieces. But I guess that's another rule that I didn't know, but now you know. Okay, and then here at the end, once there are no valid moves, you can just move any one of your pieces just one space. And right now it's my 6 pieces to his 3. So I have them outnumbered, so unless I really fuck up, it's almost certainly going to be a victory. And right there I wasn't thinking, because he just grabbed my piece and I couldn't do anything to get him. Okay, then that's kind of a mistake on his part, because now I can take his one piece. And then move in again to take his last piece. And right there is how you win whatever the hell this game's called. Which is actually some game from history, because you can read about it. It's a legit thing. Ah, the Atlantic Ocean. Probably surprised as you to see they have an entry about the Atlantic Ocean. But I guess for all ye nitwits out there who didn't know all the bad things about the sea, well, congratulations, now you know a little bit.
Captain?
Mr. Kenway.
I just wanted to thank you again for taking me aboard, and apologize for any inconvenience it may have caused.
Inconvenience would be an understatement.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
My ship was held in port for 2 days that we might accommodate you. I lost several contracts as a result.
I had no idea.
Of course not.
Oh, shut up, Captain. Aren't we paying you a shit ton of money, probably, for you to have me on board? Stuff it.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. No, you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you are.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
That's enough, Graves.
Stay out of this.
Alright, here are some quick combat tutorials. As you can see right now, you just hold B to block.
Finish the hotty-dotty!
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain sees us...
To hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Whose side you on, anyway? Come on, brother, dodge! Dodge!
Knockout. Ding ding.
I'm ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why's that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be.
No shit, because this guy's a trained assassin. You're just a seaman. Yeah, look at that. I basically snapped his neck right there.
Never! How'd you like these odds?
Brought out a knife. That's not cool. Ah, disarmed your knife.
What's the meaning of this?
Oh, Captain, don't get your panties in a tingle.
Explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
His fault. We were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about.
You're hardly paying them, Captain.
A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
The Captain,
Oh,
I
I nearly
didn't start the fight.
There's your knife back.
Ah, Mr. Kenway is having too much fun with these sailors.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
That's right. Show the
I don't
captain
want
up
to
on
argue.
his own boat.
In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent.
And you
Good
take
day.
the drink from the captain. He needs more to drink. Pour himself some more scotch and rum. As Captain Jack Sparrow would say, why is the rum always gone?
Hello, sir.
Do you expect we'll have a pleasant crossing?
It is a quiet time of year, though rogue storms and troubled waters are not unheard of. But no need to fret. At worst, they'll prove an inconvenience. I'm more concerned about pirates and rogue privateers.
Have you encountered them before?
Aye. But the Providence is a strong ship, and her crew well trained. They will surely keep us safe.
Get up on that boom!
Ship is alive with sounds of sailormen. Dear Diary, the captain is a giant pussy. He literally isn't a captain. No, that's not right. That's right, he's an indignant piece of shit, and cannot lead anyone. Therefore, I revoke him privilege of captain, and since I am an assassin, I shall captain this ship to the Americas. Now we fast forward.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the first video here, and I hope you come back to check out the rest of my videos. I'm going to be doing about 40-minute segments, so if there's anything you don't like about it, or would like to see less of, or more of, please just let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to make these videos a little bit more entertaining if you must. But anyways, stay classy, San Francisco.